Welcome to WTF, my YouTube channel where I talk about anime and things of that nature. And today we're starting a new series on my page called What the Fuck Am I Watching? It'll be a series where I go over some of the wildest moments of shows I've either watched or been recommended. And we're gonna start this series off with regular show because who else would be better for this? Now, usually for this series, I'll pick across the whole spectrum for this show, but for regular show, I had to do season 2 because the amount of crazy ass moments in this season alone is amazing. But to get us started, we're gonna do season 2, episode 2, It's Time. To give a quick rundown of what happened this episode, Mordecai was too scared to ask Margaret to the movies, but Rigby wanted to go to a movie with Mordecai. So instead of being a half decent person, Rigby decided to be the biggest dickhead he possibly could be, and it led to the wildest collection of events that possibly could have ever fucking happened. Now, I want to make it known as somebody that is very comfortable with the structure of regular show that this episode still threw me the fuck off. Rigby, by being the small motherfucker he is, still talks a crazy amount of shit. Mordecai can strangle the shit out this dude anytime he feels like it. It's really wild how crazy Rigby got this episode. Disrespecting this man every hour until the date was wild as fuck because he could again knocked him the fuck out till tomorrow. And to me, that is very much apparent in the fact that Mordecai ends up killing this motherfucker in this episode. But what makes a regular show is how we got to the point of Mordecai committing murder. Now, I'll ask the question to you guys. If you wanted to create a time warp, how the fuck would you do that? Would you A, create a time machine? 2, get some help from some intergalactic being, or C, run really fast? Well, guess what? Fuck all these choices. What about D? This is regular show. So let's take a page out of Steingate's book and use this microwave and grab all the clocks in the crib and cook them bitches. Now these two dickheads are flying through a time vortex, holding onto a heating box, and if they let go of said box, they're getting disintegrated, Exodia style. So guess what Mordecai does? Sends this motherfucker to the shadow realm. I also want to keep note that for some reason Father Time was very chill. Like extremely chill this episode. You have to understand, Mordecai just killed his best friend and then he pulls up to Father Time's crib and fucks his house up. And Father Time, who is just a bunch of clocks with a fucking top hat, decides to be a pretty cool dude and create a whole ass time loop for Mordecai to do it again. That's kind of cool, I'm not even gonna lie. And that's why this series is called What the Fuck Am I Watching? Because I have no clue how the hell we got from the starting point to the end point of this show, but that's gonna move me right to the second moment. It's season 2, episode 7, High Score. Now, the quick rundown of that episode is Mordecai and Rigby are not sick of being losers, but they're sick of everybody treating them like losers, handing their money in sandwich bags, people knocking them the fuck out the way, shit like that. So they look for their respect after Benson and these ugly ass little kids embarrass the fuck out of them. Now, before we keep moving with this episode, I want it to be acknowledged that a kid who has a head shaped like a fucking jelly bean should never be able to talk as crazy as that kid did. Personally, the rage that would flow through my body if that child said a thing to me, I understand why Mordecai got so damn motivated. Because honestly, fuck everything I got going on in my life. I gotta beat them little shits. Thanks to them little children, we got to meet the GOAT himself, GBF, Garrett Bobby Ferguson. And that's why to me, the most impressive thing about Mr. Ferguson is that in a loser band for band, he somehow out-losered both of those dickheads. That's what made him such a good antagonist, is that he was a reflection of what those two could have possibly been. Well, possibly is kind of crazy. They're already in their 20s, but you know, there's a lesson in there. Because the thing about GBF, Garrett Bobby Ferguson, is that he made some very questionable decisions this whole episode. Because first off, descending from the sky through the path of a yellow beam to defend your universal game record was a crazy ass introduction. And then wild enough, he would have kept his universal game record if he just shut the fuck up.
You're not mad at us for breaking your world record, are you?
It's no big deal. Not like it's the universe record or anything important.
The universe record?
It's the highest score in the whole universe. 1,279,001. Now who holds that record again? Oh yeah, me!
That's deadass all he had to do, but he had to flex for the glaze. Literally, as Mordecai and Rigby beat the world record, he's like, I still had the universal record. And as these people come over and start like touching this man, very weird and odd ways, I will admit, but it's regular show, so I move past it. But that's the thing about regular show. There's a lesson in there that you didn't expect. When you look for the glaze will always come back to collect. And because he made that statement, just for the glaze, Mordecai and Rigby end up getting the record, and this man ends up in his last moments saying, "No!" and explodes into yellow goop, and for some reason nobody has even a slight issue with that shit being on them. And that's why, guys, be humble. Don't look for the glaze. The glaze will find you. Oh boy. The glaze will not find you. Sorry, don't listen to me in any goddamn way possible. After Garrett Bobby Ferguson, that's going to run us into the last moment I have for this episode. Season 2, episode 23, A Bunch of Baby Ducks. Now, for the rundown of this episode, Mordecai and Rigby were cleaning the fountain for Benson, and then they end up finding these baby ducks. And through Rigby hating these ducks, Ashley found a way to make these ducks little versions of themselves, but way more violent. But the problem with this episode is that they couldn't keep the ducks. They had to get rid of them because Benson wanted them gone. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I ended with this episode because it has a lot of layers to it. Because I want to talk about wild moments, but everything from when they got these birds was wild as hell. They tried to take these ducks to the shelter, but because Rigby taught them how to karate chop, they beat the fuck out of a dog, chopped down a table, then a snake broke out of a box, so then they beat the fuck out the snake. And the shelter dude has the most normal response I've ever seen in my life of, "We are not taking those thug ass ducks." And Mordecai Rigby had a problem with it. I don't understand. If I saw 4 baby ducks beat my dog and almost kill a snake, brother, I'm calling the police. Fuck, let you walk out, brother. Them ducks need to go somewhere. It's either that or they end up on a plate of some kind, because I'm not dealing with that shit. But the climax of this episode is definitely on the search to get rid of these ducks. They found some weird ass dude that ended up stealing the ducks from them. Now, the first moment of what the hell was the mother duck flying in and randomly sitting there saying, "Get on my back, let's go get my baby." With Mordecai being bigger than the mother duck, and him and Rigby was able to fly on her back fast as hell. But as soon as you're recovering from that, Mordecai and Rigby turn into actual Olympic athletes and go from the roof of this truck, dive through the window, beat the shit out the trucker dude, and end up breaking the fountain and crashing the truck. And while you're trying to process this action movie that was aired on Cartoon Network, the old dude decides that he will take a nigga life over these ducks. And the life in question was Rigby's for a good second. This old dude was finna murder Rigby over 4 little ass ducks. What the hell was he about to do? But before you even think about that, those 4 little ducks morph Power Rangers style into a giant white duck with a 6-pack. What the fuck? All of this shit is happening within minutes. And that's what I'm saying. What the fuck is this show? And to me, my question was, how the fuck did these ducks know they could do this? But again, it's a regular show. Why am I even asking questions? So after these ducks go down and give a Rigby style karate chop, they slice this man in half in the perfect 50-50 ratio. Man popped off with 2 sides flying away from each other like Lego pieces. And for some reason, there was an explosion, which I don't know. It's like a SpongeBob style explosion for no fucking reason. Brother, that's probably the cleanest cut in human history. And he did that shit within milliseconds. And then the episode just ends with them just turning back into ducks and just saying bye to Mordecai Rigby. And that's why I gotta say, regular show will always be one of my favorites of all time, for the simple fact I can't get this anywhere else. It's not too provocative. It's not OD with how they tell the stories. It's perfect. It's comedy. And it's also confusing as hell. But with that being said, that'll be the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what else I need to cover. Let me know if you like this video, if you like this style of video. I can keep this shit going. Also, subscribe to my editor, Yungfaxmachine. He is the one who edited this video today. Say hi to him while you're at it. And for our outro question, what food in regular show would you want the most? And personally, I want them crack-infused, double-glazed apple fritters. Them shits are gas. And I just like apple fritters in general. Peace.